What is up, you guys? FC Racers here, and I am joined with the one and only Socialix. How's it going?
It's going pretty good. I'm really excited today for another day of some awesome Celeste action. Really excited to finally be able to jump on the mic for my first match here today. So I'm ready to just go ahead and get started right off the bat.
Yeah, we are about to get underway here very shortly. It has been an exciting day for Celeste. Let me tell you, there's been all kinds of drama and nonsense going on, and all sorts of crazy things. And hopefully, not too much of it this time around, as we've got Archie Gaming cricter23 going against dahlukeh. Dahlukeh?
I actually have no idea. I think it's dahlukeh, but
We'll go
I'm
with
not
that.
sure.
But yeah,
All
so
right. So both players are jumping in right in with the prologue. Not really too much to be seeing here, other than just some bunny hopping, which is where. Go ahead and correct me if I'm wrong, Racer. But they're just jumping at a specific frame from when they land, and that will allow them for them just to be able to go faster. And is Cricter playing on console?
yes, as a matter of fact, Cricter is playing on Xbox One. So he has some things that are limited. For example, he cannot skip that cutscene. It looks like it has been agreed upon that dahlukeh is going to just do everything that he usually does as he's running on PC. Now, I believe, I want to say that Cricter actually has the game on PC and Xbox One, because I know he's ran Invisible Percent before, but he has, I guess it's easier for him to stream through Xbox One than it is on his PC. So I believe that's just the things that we can do here. So yeah,
Okay.
on Cricter's side, we're not going to see demo. We're not going to see, obviously.
Ooh, a little bit of a death coming in right away.
Yeah, both players running into a little bit of hijinks here. I know that Cricter mentioned that he was a little nervous going into our race. So I'm hoping that he is able to shake some of that. Looking so far so good. I mean, I feel like once he gets into like resort, things are gonna get a lot more smoother here. But
Yeah, I know one.
Some great movement here.
Yeah, definitely looking really good. And I know too for some runners it can be a little bit on the nerve-wracking side when you get into the first couple of chapters, just because those are a lot of the more optimized chapters and they have a lot more movement heavy stuff that goes on. And so to try and balance out the movement through everything, we'll just be able can be nerve-wracking. But even still, Cricter is playing out really well as dahlukeh finishes up his chapter 1. I didn't see what his time was, but still really solid way to start out his race today.
Yeah, definitely. He had a little bit of hang up in that final room, missing his jump, but was able to come back, looking to be at a total of about 156 here. And actually, Cricter looking at a 155 altogether, so this is really close. I think that overall, this is going to be a very tight race. These runners have a very excellent times, and I think it was really going to boil down to who could just keep that composure and not let nerves get to them. So I know dahlukeh had he had a fantastic time earlier today in our race. I think he had a 31, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh wow, a 31. That's a really good race time.
I think so. 31 or 32, something like that. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Actually,
I wasn't able to see. It was really busy today, so.
Yeah, well, thankfully, GSA actually has 2 YouTube channels, so you will be able to catch those VODs over there. And to those in chat, if you haven't done so already, be sure to check those out and subscribe so you can keep up on all of the great content that GSA is providing. I'll throw this up there now. So we got dahlukeh. Oh, missing his reverse hyper there, getting away from those battle ends. Got close there.
Definitely the battle in chase. At least for me, I know. Granted, my time isn't that good, but whenever the battle in chase comes in, I always get that extra nerves because when you get the added music to go in with everything, it just kind of really can really make the adrenaline rush. But still, dahlukeh playing out very well. I think he did a wall bounce with, or no, he was able to snag his way in between everything without the need of a dash, which is really cool to see dahlukeh pull off.
Alright, so we got dahlukeh going into Awake.
Now, Cricter moving in through his battle and chase. He's playing this very well. I didn't see if he did the reverse hyper or not. I think he got it pretty cleanly. dahlukeh is showing out some very, very solid movement in away cures. He's going to be wrapping up his chapter 2. Sorry, that's going to be a 3 for him.
Yeah, 155 IL time. Very nice time from him. Now, Cricter coming in. Now, again, Cricter doesn't have, I believe he doesn't have the corner boosts.
Yeah, that was something, because I think Xbox One is quite a few patches behind.
Yeah. So Xbox One and PS4, they're both farther behind than the Nintendo Switch, where you have the corner boost on the Switch version. So there are some small differences here and there, but all that'll be a wash once we get our beloved and coveted Chapter 9 DLC.
Oh, I'm really excited for that, and I'm not sure if Cricter is experiencing some frame drops or not right now, but either way, dahlukeh coming through in his Chapter 3, playing very, very well, as he is moving through Resort, as Cricter is now going to be beginning his Resort, so we're seeing dahlukeh with a little bit of a lead here still, as we're in Chapter 3.
So I've tuned into some of dahlukeh's streams earlier this week just to kind of see, his approach on things and everything else. One thing that I definitely noticed is that he's really good at not dying. I've seen some... Oh, go ahead.
Sometimes that can make or break a race, and not dying, and so it'll be really interesting to see if that same sort of not dying gameplay will come through today.
Yeah, I've noticed that some strats he doesn't really go for. There's not too many. It's not extra crazy or anything, but overall he just plays very consistently and very solid and doesn't die a lot. And I was just like, wow. And I was curious to check deaths on my side, and I'm like, I'm losing a lot of time. So
yeah,
it's definitely plays a part in the game.
One of the nice things about Celeste is even if you're just casually running it and not even necessarily trying to do any of the hard movement or anything, but just simply, not dying is one of the best ways that I found to be able to just get your times down and just to do a lot better. It's just focus on getting through the game without dying. And I think I was talking to Chai, and he said you could easily get close to the 45 range if you just run specifically with not dying as your goal.
Yeah, that is very true. I mean, with each death, it's a 1.5 second minimum time lost, in addition to how far along you are in the level. So those do quickly add up. Alright, so we got Cricter jumping into Huge Mess. There we go, that's the name of it. Getting into crates as dahlukeh is getting out of books here. So we do have a little bit of an IGT difference, but I do believe that dahlukeh is got a nice little lead here as he moves into pals. Excellent movement there. We're going to see what strat he's going to opt for here.
If he's going to go... Oh, not. I think he was going for the corner boost there, but he was a little bit low, and so he lost his momentum off of that corner boost, but still able to get some solid corner boost moving into the last room of pals, and he is going actually really well through that. Very well done.
Yeah, sub 3 getting out of this. This is a very good time. So he's going to get into elevator shaft first. Now, again... overshooting his dash there. Gonna have to get back up on pace here. So again with Cricter,
Cricter falls. Ooh, that's gonna hurt a little bit.
It could have been more disastrous as some of those things are missing as books and crates started to disappear, but was able to quickly get back in and jump back into this race here. So another thing to point out too, Cricter is going to need to go through the quad hyper room because he does not have a demo dash, unfortunately. So we're going to see how that's going to pan out.
dahlukeh will opt for the checkpoint, and it looks like he is going to very smart play to go for the checkpoint with demo dash. As he misses it one time, and he gets a second try. That's really good to be able to pull out demo dash second try, because I know that if you sit there and you struggle with demo dash, that could have just been the opportunity that Cricter needed to catch himself up back in this race. So for him to be able to pull out a second try will be really helpful. I think that's still a second try demo dash is still faster than taking the other route.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, in comparison to unless you get demo first try on your PB or something like that, I think you actually have to mess up demo at least 4 or 5 times before it starts turning into a time loss. But
okay, yeah.
Looking pretty good here so far on the screen as he's in Oshiro. Oh, clipping the
Ooh.
spring there. Gonna have to take this one a little different. And in fact, we'll see here. I think dahlukeh is gonna go top route. Yeah. So he does that strat a little quicker in that room.
Wow, that was really close there from him. As he... Oh, and he takes a death. Wow, that's an interesting room to take a death. Okay.
All right, we are now on the last
Not
screen.
very often.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Oshiro's final screen has been very relentless. This whole day of racing.
A very, very punishing screen now as we're looking at about probably an 852 from dahlukeh. We'll see if Cricter matches that, because I think overall Cricter's had a smoother resort. So this could very easily be a spot where Cricter will potentially even come out on top, as he's getting into a couple screens left in resort.
Yeah, he's looking to possibly beat up by about 20 seconds here. If he can close this one out, by possibly maybe a 845 IGT.
Yeah, 845 is looking fairly accurate. He's playing this very well and very solid.
Yeah,
840. Wow. So yeah, very good play from Cricter. He's actually looking like he is in the lead right now, going into Golden Ridge. Since obviously we've got a little bit of an IGT desync, but still overall a great race to be seen. Even with the console deficits, we're still seeing Cricter pull out ahead. And there's the Archie coming through from dahlukeh.
Oh yeah, good old Archie. I like to do it to the sound of the doorbell sound effect.
Oh yeah, that's a great way to do it. Archie.
Yep, just Archie.
Archie, the beloved bird of the Celeste community.
We're gonna make it work. I'm gonna make it a commentator requirement.
Yes, I'm okay with that. I am okay with that. That'll be your legacy.
There we go. All right, so dahlukeh coming in with the ultra strat, and it is whoop,
nice.
Almost.
Close. And now Cricter coming through with the Archie.
Oh.
Yes, I try. I don't know if I might have been a little off key, but close
it
enough.
worked. No, it was. No booze or tomatoes today. We got in chat someone asking if dahlukeh skipped the prologue cutscene. He did not. So again, I believe that was per agreement. For example, between Cricter and myself, we had agreed that I was not going to skip prologue as well. Or excuse me, I was able to skip prologue because he wanted me to focus more on trying to PB, considering that our times were 4 minutes apart. Yeah, let's go. Get this time. Oh no!
Oh!
Trying to go for that new strat. He did that last time too.
I haven't seen that new strat.
Yeah, it's quote unquote new, as in we didn't think. I think it's task strat, but it turns out that it actually is RTA viable.
Oh wow! Okay.
So
now dahlukeh is going to be coming into the cliff-based section. This is my least favorite part of the entire game, just because I am really bad at it.
Oh, this section sucks. I'm just gonna put it out there. This whole chapter sucks.
Yep. I think my top 3 chapters that I've
practiced. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute.
Wait, what? You going for blockless? Oh no way! Oh my gosh!
Let's go!
Wow, Cricter coming in with some strange strats, as my words have now proceeded to have me say.
Nice. Not only did he go for that ultra strat, he also went top route too, cutting even further into this lead and actually pushing probably a little further along. As dahlukeh is getting to the end of this here, looking to clock in at about 11:51.
11, might be just barely an 11:50, maybe.
Yeah, it's gonna be close. Oh,
okay, just barely at 11:51, but still a really solid Golden Ridge time for the qualifiers here.
Nice ultra down to that spring.
Wow,
yeah, all right.
Very
this
well
is actually
done.
This is really good because I know Cricter had mentioned in our race that he was feeling like the nerves are really getting to him.
Cricter is playing very well today as he goes through this match.
Yeah, this is a completely different race in comparison to the first one because he was, like I said, he said he was feeling the nerves and was just kind of getting to him. Oh, look at missing the red bubble there at the beginning.
Ooh, that would be a little bit rough there.
Cricter with about a 18-second lead here as we go into
Oh, and dahlukeh missing the reverse hyper there on that block, but he's still gonna. Oh, he didn't miss the reverse hyper, but he failed the jump after the dash afterwards. He's moving in, continuing to move through chapter 5, but still cricter looking at a solid lead through chapter 5. Now Xbox players are still able to do everything in 5B, correct?
Yes, as a matter of fact, cricter did go for 5B, which this is actually really interesting. So, from an RTA perspective, we both failed bubs drop around the same time. Cricter actually continued with the level versus going back to the map screen and trying demo again. And we actually I missed it as well. And from the RTA side, we still ended up about the same, like getting into the rest of 5B at the same time. RTA is a little different though, but you know, it's gonna, or IGT, excuse me.
Yeah.
A little different, but you know it's gonna happen. But it's just very interesting because we saw people going for that.
Cricter getting a yee, but not quite the yeet. I didn't know if dahlukeh, I didn't see his.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Did he even go for it?
That's a good question. I feel like you should.
I feel like dahlukeh of all rock, like dahlukeh, just his consistency, I feel like that would be a trick that he would go for. So now we've got dahlukeh at 1335, coming up onto only a couple screens away from bub drop. 1252 for cricters. He's going to be starting his 5B, but now dahlukeh coming up on his first attempt at bub drop, and it's good.
Putting that pressure on cricter to make sure to nail it. This is his opportunity to possibly strike back and take the lead here. So we should see.
Cricter right now is still in the lead.
Yeah, but missed bubs drops here might give dahlukeh the break that he needs. So we'll see. In the meantime, he's gonna start making his way through the mirror. Oh no! Getting a little too low there and just running into those spikes. Missing the corner boost there too. And again.
Wait, what is cricter going for?
Is he not even up? Oh, wait a minute. Wait, hold on.
Track of what he's doing? What is?
I don't think you're.
What?
I don't know.
What? Wait, what?
I don't.
What?
I don't think he's supposed to be able to do that. I don't think.
Wait a second.
I don't think the menu store stuff like that is allowed, or whatever he did there. But I don't think. No, see, now that's weird because it wasn't technically menu storage because it looked as if the menu didn't appear.
Yeah, what? I've never seen that before.
Yes. So okay, history lesson. So in this patch that Cricter's on for Xbox, this menu storage thing was down, which basically allows you to bypass doing the whole bubs drop thing. So we basically, it was you go into the return to map menu, and then you would press start and back at the same time. And what it would do is it would allow you to be on the menu screen where you can choose save and quit, and still be in the game. And what would happen is, if you go through that particular screen transition, and save and quit and return, the game doesn't know where to put you, so it actually makes you bypass that stuff. There was a lot of debate about, you know, what we should do with it, if we're going to allow it, any percent, this, that, and the other. Ultimately, it ended up getting patched out, and they decided to make any percent, any patch or any version, which didn't really amount to anything. In fact, I think TGH is the only one that that put in the time for that. We're not sure. We're gonna have to find out.
So I don't know if that's gonna be counted as legal, but if that is, we're looking at a solid minute lead from cricter with a 15-22, or just under a minute, I should say, as we go into reflection. Because with that, he totally skipped having to do bubs drop.
Yeah, the whole 9 yards. I mean, I don't know. I really don't know, because they're like both.
Your guess is as good as mine.
Yeah. I mean, either way, both runners have qualified, even without this race coming into a factor. So I don't think it should amount to anything. I don't know. We might have to reach out.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it probably just comes up to the GSA's decision because, I mean, even still, like, I was like, wait, what is... I had never seen that until now, so I only really recently got into the Celeste community, like, within... Oh, geez. I haven't even been really running Celeste for a year, so... I think I've only put, like, 60 hours into it myself, so, like, as far as what patches showed what thing, I couldn't tell you. Ooh, and dahlukeh taking a death there in reflection. Just that, I know that's a very common death place. We saw it happen quite a few times in the grand finals and stuff at Pace back in April, so we'll be seeing definitely that being seen. Just coming through from most people. You sometimes just go way too fast and you don't know what exactly. It can be hard to get the reaction timings for that. So one thing that reflection you'll be seeing coming through for most other people is coming through for a lot of people is these Kevin blocks that are being used. They will help to carry Madeline's momentum, and so you saw it once already from both runners, but you'll see it again here coming up near the end of the base of reflection right before they get into the battle and fight is a trick known as battle and boost, which is where they take the forward momentum that is given from the Kevin blocks and use it as comboed with a hyper and a bunny hop, which will allow them to move faster all the way across to essentially fling themselves from the end of the regular level into the battle and fight, which it automatically will give them, like, it saves like a bunch of time as you can hit Madeline in the cutscene, and that will really help you just to be able to gain momentum, just save a few seconds, because all your momentum can die when you hit the cutscene, which will then cause you to have to take time to build up momentum again. Oh, and dahlukeh taking a death as he goes through on the developer intended shortcuts. Cricter is now moving his way through. It looks like he only opted to do one of them. I might be wrong. And then, so now both of them are entering the water. Still seeing a very commanding lead from Cricter in this race. However, both of these runners were able to qualify for the league. So it'll be interesting to see how each and every one of these runners play it out. Both of them are now coming up on Battle and Boost. Cricter is going through first. And he does very well as he carries all of his momentum through, but dahlukeh is going to get a little bit of a hiccup right there at the end. He might have missed a couple of quarter boosts or something like that as he now goes through into what is, in my opinion, the greatest section of the game, the battle and fight. The music is going, and this is just the moment in time where you're ready to just say, battle in, come at me, bro. It's time to settle this, and it just proves to be such an iconic moment story-wise, and just to be able to see, also too, just the optimizations that have come through on this fight is just absolutely insane, with all the corner boosts, reverse hypers, wall bounces, everything that comes through, and the only good way to explain it is to just let the runners explain it for themselves, as you just see all of these combinations of mechanics come through.
Oh yeah, definitely. So as Speedrun mentioned in chat, they're going to look to finish the race, and then we will move forward after that. So we'll just go ahead and continue on. Okay. But so far, both sides are doing very, very clean here. Oh.
You just cursed it.
Yep, I should have known better. But it's fine, it's fine. And again, as we pointed out,
ooh, Cricter coming through with the death himself.
Both runners have already met the points needed to progress into the next round.
Now, is there, I'm not too familiar with how the qualifiers are structured. Is it doing like 2 stages of a tournament, or are all these guys qualified for the league?
So, I believe it's top 2 from each group are going to go in, and that's going to turn into an 8-man bracket. And if I am not mistaken, it's either top 4 or top 3 from that will actually officially move into the league itself.
Okay.
Because I believe the top 4. Okay, we are getting hit up by the magician in the back. Top 4 will make it into the league. So basically, you're going to be moving into a heads-up situation. At least to me, it sounds like we're moving into a heads-up situation, and then if you win that match, you get into the league. So I bet time. I don't know if it's going to be based on points for placement or times. It's going to be very exciting.
Yeah, it'll be really interesting to see. I'm really excited to see all the new faces in the league and just to be able to continue to expand on just the awesome competition that is Celeste Any Percent.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, and we have all of top 8 coming back for next season as well too. So that's very exciting. Or at least I don't think Neto is in it, unfortunately. I think he opted out for season 2, but.
Because I know he was a top 4 qualifier, but couldn't make it to PACE just because traveling internationally became just too hard.
So, but it'll be very interesting to see, and we're already seeing some of the runners coming back to their 80% categories.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I know Chai just within the last week, or I don't know if it was in the last week, but within the last couple of weeks, he was able to achieve a 27. So that was really cool to see. And I don't know if Sushi has gotten it yet, but I know he's been really pushing for it. And so now we are now into the final stretch of the race. We're at the summit. And so Cricter's still pulling out with a solid minute lead in this race. This is actually very solid race time. I think they could pull out a sub 30. It would be close.
But just to clip these wings real quick, the run will not be able to be validated due to using the menu storage, at least for any percent. If you wanted to submit that for the, did they even have that other category on speedrun.com? Trying to remember if we even still have that as a thing.
Any percent no patch restriction? No, it's not a category.
Oh yeah, it's a miscellaneous category.
Okay.
So yeah, I think technically he can.
He could do it. Well, could he do it because he's technically on the most updated patch for Xbox?
Yes. No, yes, I think so. I think that's the reason why they. I don't know. I'm not a mod on there. I don't need to deal with that. They can deal with
neither
that.
am I. We'll just let the mod figure that out. All right, 22:59 from Cricter as he finishes up 500 meters, and so playing very well. As we've got dahlukeh coming in just shy of. He's looking probably about a 24:19. 24:20 as 24:22 finishing up his 500, so not quite a 2-minute lead for Cricter in this match, but still he's playing very well. Both of these runners even still they've put on a really solid race. And so just wanting to remind everybody as we go into finishing up this race that if you guys want to see more of these runners, be sure to follow them on their Twitch accounts. Definitely give them some support because these guys put a lot of time into Celeste and more time than I think I put into any other game. And so they definitely deserve any sort of follows or anything that you can give them to support them in anything that they do.
So we got Cricter going through 1500 here. Actually, both runners. So, alright, so we are going to get a sync, folks. So don't fret. Oh, woo!
Whoa, whoa!
What about there? Was able to adjust. Let's go.
Alright, so we're going to be getting our timers synced up here. So, but Cricter will be continuing to play out as we look at syncing up the timers here. Cricter is going to be finished. This will make the lead a little bit more apparent. Cricter is going to be finishing up his 1500 meters. He's playing really well. Really, just I mean, overall, it's been a really good race. I'm always really happy to watch races. I feel so rusty on my commentary. Ugh.
No, you're doing great.
Now, Cricter is in the Golden Ridge equivalent. So, for anybody who might be new watching this race, we're seeing the Summit being the last chapter. Story-wise, Battlein actually like pulls us down to the very. Battlein will pull. Oh, he's going for the auto stroller skip. Oh no, and he dies on it. We'll see if he goes for it again. It doesn't look like he's going to. But so, oh, he's gonna go for at least one skip, and he's able to get that very well done. So anyway, lore-wise, Battlein pulls us down to the bottom of the mountain, and we have to basically start from farther down than even that we were starting at Forsaken City to be able to make our way back up. And so we see kind of like each base mechanic that you see come through in every single one of the different chapters make its way again in the Summit, just in a way that's a lot more precise and a lot more challenging. And so, like, for instance, with on Cricter's side, you see the wind, snowballs, and the moving blocks come through us. And then dahlukeh just finished up his 100 meter from chapter 3 with dust bunnies. And, well, actually, I think dust bunnies is the only real major mechanic in there that is separate from the others.
So dahlukeh getting through.
Ooh, and Cricter's gonna miss with his red bubble, and he's gonna miss again. Wow. Struggling on that red bubble as he enters his 2,500 meters. And dahlukeh is gonna take a death too, and looks like he's going to go for just the base auto scroller skip. Oh, but he falls. He just barely misses that block there and is unable to connect. So it looks like he's going to try for it again, and this time he will definitely connect. Good job there from dahlukeh.
Alright, so we got door skip there, successful from Cricter. I had to think about what the name of that trick was. I was just caught up in the game.
Oh, man.
dahlukeh getting through.
dahlukeh finishing up his 2,000 meters. I almost called it 2,500. Wow, our brains are just not on the right spot today, are they?
Is there such a thing as too much Celeste? Maybe. I'm not 100% sure here.
We just won't talk about that because it'll only come relevant if it becomes an issue. So now we're seeing Cricter is going to be in his final stretch of the run as he enters downdraft on 3,000 meters. dahlukeh again taking 2 deaths himself from the red bubbles. In 2,500, we saw the same thing happen from Cricter, so we will not be making up any time there. Downdraft is going really well for Cricter. I'm not sure. I think he's playing it a little bit safer. I think he knows what lead he has, and he's just opting to not risk any sort of time loss that could potentially. Wait, as he just, pulls out a spike jump. Okay, Cricter, I see what you're doing there. Okay. I thought you were playing safe, but I guess not.
I'll try to get the reverse hyper there, but you're gonna have to pick up flag number whatever that one is because I don't remember. Was that 18?
I wasn't paying attention. We'll see what flag this one was. No, that was
it was
18. So now he's up on flag 14. I don't even remember certain key flags, so just like, oh yeah, this one is
13.
What? So
good old 13.
13. In my opinion, one of the hardest flags for new runners.
There's definitely a lot of opportunity to lose time there, unfortunately, but Cricter getting through. And we got dahlukeh getting ready for his final ascent here, jumping into flag number 30.
God,
28, I'm sorry.
Oh, and Cricter takes another death on flag 10. As now dahlukeh is making his way. Oh, and flag 9, cricter takes 2 deaths. Wow, I know this flag too. Just for some reason, that entry point can be a little bit tough. But cricter is able to play it well. I don't think we're going to be seeing a sub 30 coming in from him, as just the summit proved to be too much of a struggle. But that's fine, because the summit is a really, really hard level. The only thing I could think of that would be almost a more difficult level for just any runner in general would be core. Oh, cricter falls a little bit. dahlukeh taking a death on flag 19, but is able to just reset himself pretty cleanly.
Alright, we got cricter coming up here on the finishing up. Just a few flags to go.
Yep.
dahlukeh now on 13, getting some good movement here.
Definitely will be seeing a sub 31 coming in from cricter. Really solid as cricter is approaching the end of the game, the end of the run, and his victory in the race today. Very well done. Now dahlukeh coming in. He's got only a couple of flags left. I can't tell what flag he just hit. But it looks like he's got flag 9 right here. Oh, he misses the reverse hyper, but he's going to opt for it again and is able to pull it out this time. So a 30-37 for cricter. Very, very good race time indeed. I'm not sure what is cricter's PB.
Give me one hot second and I can pull that up. I want to say it's a 30 something for any percent. Let's go to the numbers.
Let's see here. Cricter's got a 30-25 is what I'm seeing. So that is a really good race time for him. To be only 12 seconds off of PB in a race.
Yeah, and again on Xbox One, and again to reiterate for the normal any percent category, no menu storage is allowed for that too. So he was able to pull that off. We're actually going to get both runners in here, and I think we're going to get a little more clarification on this menu storage.
With a 32, and his PB is a 31-28. So unfortunately, we won't be seeing any PBs, but still. Really solid races to come through from both of them. So now we're probably going to be getting at least one runner in, at least dahlukeh in for a post-race interview, and maybe cricter as well.
So cricter says he has to stop the stream to get into the call, so I think it sounds like he might want to be, yeah, I think he might just tune in and jump in. Alrighty, well, we got dahlukeh here. GG's.
GG. I heard cricter busted out a 6 strat in Temple. Good work, Kim.
Yes. Could you shed a little light on that, because we were definitely a little confused.
Yeah, so like before the race, like we kind of discussed a bit about like what we could do to make sure it was kind of fair, because as you know, console can't do the well, it can do a pixel perfect skip in prologue, but it's very hard to do the prologue skip. And they also can't do demo dash. And so we kind of figured that if he did menu storage in Temple, that would have been like good enough basically to kind of make up the differences between those. So we agreed it was fair, and yeah.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
I feel that should be okay. We might have to. I feel like we might have to run that through the GSA staff. But since it was a gentleman's agreement, I feel that that is fine. We definitely weren't aware of that, so we were kind of like, "What's happening here?"
Well, I had never seen the menu stuff before. I haven't really been around for that long, so that totally just threw me off. I'm like, "Wait, what is happening right now?" And then he just, skipped all that. I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah, I think definitely the GSA should probably figure out if they want to let people continue doing that, and especially I think because this round wasn't the most important. Like I think we both went through regardless of the result. I think it was fine, but
that's
definitely it's probably not something for everyone. So
it looks like we are getting a confirmation from our wizard behind the scenes that that since you let him do it in the spirit of fairness, then it is all good.
Yeah, sorry about that. Sorry if it came as a shock. Like it was intended to be a bit of a shock. So yeah.
Well,
Oh,
I mean, we were definitely shook. We were just like, wait, what? And chat was just going absolutely bonkers. They were just like, wait, you can't do that. Or then some people were like, what is he doing? What is that? So
Yeah. Like for those who don't know, like obviously menu storage, you get up a second copy of the menu and you can move around while you do it. And if you save and quit in a certain place in Temple, you basically the room that you're currently in isn't loaded. You're loaded in a different room, so you can just walk through a wall. And it skips doing Bub's drop and about 2 more rooms after that, basically. So it saves a bunch of time and it's very consistent compared to just doing Bub's drop. So
yeah. And that is still on all consoles. So I know it's still on Switch and it's on PS4 and for Xbox One as well.
Yeah, that's correct.
And it's not that hard to do.
No. But you still look like a 30 or 37 is like insanely good time. Like I assume he had a really good run. So GG to him.
He was 12 seconds off of his PB, so that was very, very well done. I'm not sure, is Cricter in here yet?
Yeah,
Looks like it.
Yep. Oh, I heard his voice.
Yep.
Hello.
Well, congrats to you, Cricter, on the run. Gave us a little scare there. I was like, wait a minute, but we had that all squared away. Probably would make it, as we move forward, probably want to just reiterate and restate that, like, hey, if this is a thing that is planned, probably to let both runners acknowledge the commentators in GSA just to be sure about that. So,
Yeah,
but other than that, I mean, like,
to be a surprise.
Yeah, it was tiny bit, but yeah. Yeah, GG.
GG. Had a really good run, actually.
You had a really good one. Yeah, it certainly looked like even without menu storage, it would have probably been a 30. So that's pretty insane.
Yeah, it was very solid from both of you guys. A really fun race to be able to commentate on. A couple of other things to point out. dahlukeh, you had a first try Bub's drop, so that was really cool to see.
Yeah.
I know for some of our top runners, just like you look at Bub's drop, and that can be just for some people, Bub's drop just does not work sometimes. And so
yeah. I think it's just every day's a new day, and you got to make sure you're warmed up and ready to do it. Like sometimes you just get unlucky, sometimes you just not. I know your fingers are like half a millisecond slower, and so you just miss it all the time.
What exactly is the timing for Bub's drop? Because that's still one of the things that the details on it I'm not really all that familiar with. So if you want to elaborate on that.
Basically, once you go up the transition, you can actually buffer the jump. However, you have to release the jump key within 2 frames of the transition happening, and you can't buffer that at all. So it's essentially a 2-frame trick of releasing the jump button 2 frames after the screen transition. And yeah, it's pretty damn tight.
Yeah, I know.
2-frame tricks are not the easiest. So.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a lot of different setups. I know Programmatic, another runner here, he does a music cue where he times his first jump into the transition to a beat, and then he can do another beat for when he should jump and let go. And I know Oddbod has the odd pause or kebab break, where basically he does a pause buffer and he can either decide whether basically to let go of the key in time. So there's a couple of different ways you can get consistent. They obviously lose a bit of time, but yeah, it's still tough even if you do them.
All right, yeah. So still, I mean, just to be able to say that, really impressive. And then again, as much as the menu storage stuff threw me for a loop, it was still really cool just to be able to see that.
I'm definitely looking forward to watching it back to see everyone's reaction.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure there are going to be a lot of clips and a bunch of other stuff with that too. But no, it's good on you to agree to that. As we have the different, this is the first time we have console runners running in the league, having these opportunities, but to make a break or stuff like that too. And even on the flip side too with Cricter as well. I mean, when in our race, Cricter was like, it's perfectly fine for you to do everything that you need to do, because he wanted me to try to go for a PB. So you know, on both sides. So I mean, it's pretty cool. We'll see how things go as we move forward into the bracket portion.
I think once the races are a bit more competitive and like that kind of differences does make a difference, it may like you may need to decide on stuff. But at this point, I think like you know it's I think it's fine making a gentleman's agreement to either like not do the tricks or to do some give the console player advantage. So.
All right. Well, cool. Well, any parting words from either of you before we head on out for intermission?
No, GG Critter again, and thanks commentators. That was really fun.
And then, Cricter, anything on your end?
Thanks for commentating the race, and GG's to Luke.
Thanks.
Yeah, GG's to both of you guys. And with that, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this one up. So, of course, you know, check out those YouTube channels that I was plugging a little bit earlier today, in this run. There's also some sick merch, as I'm seeing it here. Oh, with Nightbot coming through. Got some cool merch.
Bro.
Yeah, that spoiler alert, Nightbot is me. I just let that out there. But yeah, you got, you know,
Nightbot confirmed.
Go and check out some of the cool merch that we have. You got the schedule and everything else. And I believe the next race that we're gonna have is actually
it's SM64. I know that.
Yeah, and then we're gonna be closing out again with Celeste. It'll be Archie Boy 666 going against Dave Stereo. So you don't have to wait too long for Celeste, but you gotta wait a little bit. And with that, I am FC Racers. Socialix, thank you so much for stepping in and commentating. It was fantastic, as always.
Yeah, I'm always glad to be back on the mic. I know I wasn't able to get nearly as many matches as I wanted to do, but last season, but hopefully this season I'll just be able to jump on the mic as much as possible. I really enjoy it, and yeah, I'm always down to jump in on the mic more often.
All right, and with that, we're going to cut out. So until next time, you guys take care, and we'll see you.